Evening, everyone. Thought I'd better wet my whistle because I've got a lot to talk about tonight, and I've got a bit of fire in my belly as well. So, as usual, please do type in and say hi when you join us because, as I say, I want your input tonight. I've got a lot to talk about, and a lot of it involves you. So, please type in and say hi. I will scroll down as usual. Darren Lindsay's joined us. So, hello, Darren. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to speaking to a lot of maybe new Monday with Martin viewers tonight. Louise Graham. Hi, Louise. Nice to see you here. You're going to be interested in what I've got to say tonight. Sam Lee. Hello. Martin Ashford. Hello. David Corrigal. If I do pronounce anyone's name wrong, I do apologise. Danny Barracat. Hello, Danny. How are you? Hope you had a good day, had a good weekend. Mark Welsh. Craig Sharp. Hi, Craig. Rich Bailey. Richard Parsons says, I'm on. Right. Okay. And Chris Greer. Chris Greer, top man. Simon Johnson. Good evening. How are you? I want to talk to you. I'm going to break this down into several sections. The first bit, I'm going to talk about COVID. I know it's all you hear on the telly. You're probably thinking, I don't want to hear any more about COVID. But I'm going to give you a real life experience that happened to our family this week. And I'm going to sort of take that and put it into the realms of our profession because it's going to affect so many instructors and a particular group of instructors in a very, very bad way. Let's just say hello to a few more people. Sansa, hello. Eleni, hello again. Martin Lee Kay, hello mate. Long time no speak to you. James Robertson, hello. Guy Miller, hi. Right, so first of all, let me tell you about COVID, and this is my opinion, okay? COVID and the NHS, right? We're under lockdown. I don't think this lockdown's working. The numbers are going up and up and up and up. And all I'm seeing on telly are people crowding together in parks, walking together. A lot of them don't have masks on, definitely not socially distanced. Simon Clark says, managed to find the sofa, making himself comfortable. Definitely not socially distanced. This lockdown is not working. It needs more restrictions, which is the last thing we want, but it's what we need. So the Prime Minister said we are going to be locked down until mid-February. Then we've heard reports of it's going to be extended for 3 weeks. Now it's going to be extended for 3 months till May. And we're looking at what's coming out about the vaccinations. Boris said it's going to take 12 weeks to get to everyone. It's going to take another 12 weeks before they have their second dose. And then it will be 12 weeks after that until we know if they are immune. Work that out. It's a hell of a long time. Let's just say hello to a few more people. Dallin Godfrey, Adam Wells. Hi, Adam. Gavin Brownlee. Hello, it's your number one fan, he says. Not. Helen Kozak. Hi, Helen. Paul Impey says hello from the Real AA Facebook page. Okay, I'm going to be speaking about that in a minute. Mark Foster. Hello, Martin. She says hello back to you. Right, so let me tell you, we're talking about, and they talk about this all the time on the telly, is the NHS going to become overwhelmed? Well, here's something that happened to our family with the NHS this week. My mother-in-law, who's 85, had a bad turn. When I say a bad turn, Maria, because we all live within a sort of a 5-minute distance of each other, Maria got a phone call from her sister saying, get round mum's quickly. So Maria's rushed round mum's quickly. Mum, who's 85, is shaking uncontrollably. A little bit of a droop on one side of her face. Phone 999. Said, look, I think my mum's having a stroke. She did have a mini stroke before. So obviously very, very worried about that. She's got previous history for it. Long story short, and lots of phone calls saying, where's the ambulance? Where's the ambulance? An hour and a half later, the ambulance turned up and they go, we are snowed under. We cannot cope. That's an hour and a half to get to a critical patient, someone that's got a previous history of having a stroke, 85 years old, who could potentially be having another stroke. An hour and a half. It's disgusting. But what can they do? What can they do? They are becoming overwhelmed. This is why I say this lockdown's not working and something needs to be done. I'm glad I'm not the Prime Minister, because I'm not the one that would like to have to come up with a solution. Because of social distancing, my wife wasn't allowed in the ambulance with her mum. She had to stand outside with the window open, and they're talking to each other through the window of the ambulance. They wanted mum to go to the hospital. She said no, because our local hospital's rife with COVID patients and she gets it. That's her lot. So she didn't go. They said, okay, what we'll do, we'll arrange for a doctor to contact you straight away. And they left. Another hour and a half later, the doctor finally called. Came to the conclusion, because she's on a lot of medication, it was 2 of her medications that weren't interacting well with each other, which was causing the shaking. And it got sorted out. But touch wood, thank God she wasn't having a stroke. If she had done, she probably wouldn't have survived it with that amount of time it took for an emergency service to get to us. So that I'm using that because a lot of people say it's not real, it doesn't happen. Let me tell you, people, this is real, it's happening, and real people are suffering, and the NHS are struggling to reach real people. Let's say hello to some other. Martin Caswell, good evening. Martin Westerman. Hey, I'm collecting all the Martins again. Neil Grace, important changes tonight. And the DVSA have had a change of heart. Only a little one though. Private practice for England, he says. Oh, let's click on that. Journey solely for driver learning purposes is not considered essential. Has to be an essential journey. Anthony Michael Georgiou, hello, good evening to you, sir. So it's not working, right? It's going to take ages. Now let's put this in context of our profession. Let's say it does take until May. There's a lot of driving schools, and you know that if there's those that do well, I pat them on the back. Those that don't, I'm the first one to tell them of it, okay? And I'm going to single out a particular driving school this evening, well, 2 particular driving schools. It's the AA and BSM. As you know, I've got history going back 20 odd years with them. And what I have found in the last 3-4 weeks it's disgusted me. Let me tell you what I found out. During the first lockdown, okay, the AA and BSM completely waived their franchise fees. They didn't charge their instructors a penny. I'm not clapping sarcastically. Bravo, that is brilliant. You deserve a pat on your back. You could afford it and you did it. Smashing. Now, that finished. We went back to work. All's happy until the figures went up, the R8 went up. Now we're back in another lockdown. November. Did they, after having set the precedent of completely waiving the franchise fees and getting their pats on the back from everyone, did they do it again? Hell no. What they said is, what you can do is defer your payment. Good, right? No, not good. Why not good? Because if you're deferring a payment, all you're doing basically is adding on to your debt over and over and over again. There's no waiving of anything, it's just deferring it. And it's just another way of keeping you tied in for a longer period of time. Not good. So they've gone from hero at the first lockdown to almost zero at the second one. And now we're in this lockdown. And guess what? Never mind about defer. They're just saying you've got to pay 100% of your franchise fee. 100%. That was at the beginning of the lockdown. And this is why the group that Louise is running, which is the real AA instructors group, check it out. Get on there. Give them your support. They deserve it. Hi, Eric Wing. Hi, Stephen Boone. First time viewer. Nice to have you with us, mate. What they're doing now, they've done nothing. Up until a few days ago, they did nothing, which is why Louise started this group. And let me tell you something. Wow, it got a hell of a lot of support straight away. There's over 300 members there now. Let me just read something from Sharat Sharma. It says, hi Martin, I'm a PDI with BSM, got my car a week before November, then had 1 month lockdown. Explained it's not fair to ask me as a PDI to pay. I was told I've got to pay. Then he worked for 2 weeks and another lockdown. And we don't know how long it's going to be. Obviously, it feels very hard done by. Not aware of the debt. Oh man, the debt's just going to accrue and accrue and accrue. And you know, I was going to work out the figures, but it's crazy. What they've now said, because Louise and her group have threatened them with a PR grenade, basically. A lot of the members of that group are teaching people that are journalists and have got access to the media. And they really do need to have a light shone on this, because I know from when I was a senior area manager at the AA, we weren't with BSM at the time, but it was drilled into every single area manager, because part of our job at the time was dealing with customer complaints. If ever there was a complaint or anything that could bring the AA brand, which is their biggest asset, into disrepute, it triggered something called a crisis management protocol. And this is where you had to get in touch with the press office and follow a series of steps. It was all to protect the AA brand. Now, after the first lockdown, the AA brand was golden. When this lockdown's finished, it's going to be tainted beyond belief. They're doing themselves such harm. They can't see it. They can't see the big picture. Ali Basiri, hello there. And Jeg, nice to see you. So what they're doing now, from doing absolutely nothing, they've got hammered basically by Louise's group, and rightly so. And what they've then done, they've acquiesced to do something. They said, I tell you what, if you defer 4 weeks of franchise fee, which means you are going to pay it eventually, we will give you a week free. Does that sound good? So it's basically saying you've got to pay 75% of your franchise fee, and you've got to pay it when we go back to work. Now have a think about that. Right? Sounds good on the face of it. At least they're trying to make some kind of effort. Are they really? But here's the kicker. To get that 1 week out of 5 franchise free, you have to be on a minimum 12 or 24 month contract. It's just another way of tying you in. There's what they call the old contract, which basically means you can leave with 4 weeks notice. Do you think the people that are on that contract are getting offered that deal? Hell no, they're not. They're really not. And as those of you that will know me will know, I am really passionate about seeing driving instructors get the mickey taken out of them. Now, Bill Plant, who I have in the past given a real hard time on Monday with Martin, they're only charging 65 quid for their cars to their instructors and allowing them to use them still for private use. The AA, with your deep pockets, golden brand, negotiating and spending potential, how is your car costs almost double? Simon Johnson says, most schools have not charged. The AA and BSM will hemorrhage instructors faster than they can count. Simon, you don't need to tell, you're preaching to the choir. This is why I'm doing this tonight. I want everybody at the end of this Facebook Live to share it to every single instructor group, everyone they know. Shine a light on this. It's disgusting. When I was an area manager with the AA, I was proud to be an area manager with the AA. It was a great brand. And I protected that brand on several occasions. But, you know, now I don't think they can recover from this. I think they are opening the door to let other national driving schools take their place. And if they don't change what they're doing and what they're offering at the moment, it's absolutely what they deserve. Now, I am one person. I want to help as much as possible. Anthony Michael Jules, you says many local schools have been more than good. Well, yeah, we never changed the franchise. None of our franchise to freedom clients have been charged. Craig Sharp says, I'm not deferring anything. Well, I don't blame you. Now, I'm not saying that anybody should do anything immoral or illegal, even if that is what you feel the AA are doing. If you feel they're doing something that I wouldn't say that's illegal, but is it immoral after what they did on the first lockdown? Well, that's for you to decide. They sent out a warning email the other week regarding bringing the brand into disrepute. This would be the crisis management protocol I told you about. They are absolutely protective of that brand. There are only two ways you can harm the AA, and that is to attack their brand image or to attack their cash flow. Now, we've already talked about how you could possibly attack their brand image, because without telling any lies, just by telling the truth, who is going to say that they're treating their instructors fairly, considering what they did on the first lockdown? Nobody. Now, what would happen, do you think, hypothetically, if, let's say 500, which I think is about a fifth, or maybe, let's just say 500 instructors, decided one week, in the same week, I'm going to cancel my direct debit. I cannot afford to pay this. Remember, these people cannot go out and earn a penny with that car, but they're still being charged full franchise for it. Okay, I can't do it. I'm going to cancel my direct debit, which is not a good thing to do. But if your back's against the wall, what else are you going to do? Hypothetically, let's ask ourselves a question. If 500 people cancelled their direct debit all at once, the AA are pleading poverty, saying we cannot afford to waive the franchise fees. Could they afford to take legal action against 500 instructors at once? Just something for you to think about. Okay. Arif says, why do you think the AA and BSM have changed their stance this time round? Well, I can't get in their head. Can only be money. They have got huge backup with the AA group. They've got AA Insurance, they've got the AA Breakdown. They are not a single entity. They have got the support of these other companies. They are a group. They can afford to do it again. They don't want to. It hit them in the pocket. I reckon it cost them about £1 million on the first lockdown. But you know what? They can afford it. They can afford it, believe me. Craig Sharp says, all fair and well, but how do I know that there are 500 people cancelled their direct debit and I go to cancel mine and it's only me that gets prosecuted? I understand where you're coming from there, Craig. This is why I've been saying for years we're all stronger together, right? This is why you need to coordinate with each other on Louise's Facebook group and the WhatsApp group, because I've also found out, Louise says she's cancelled hers. An awful lot of people I know, including Louise, have been removed from the official Facebook group. They're not allowed to talk anymore to their colleagues, their peers. You know, the AA don't want people talking to each other. You've got to ask yourself why. What have they got to hide? Why would you not want your team together unless they're pulling together against you for a good reason? Eleni says she's cancelled hers too. Well, there you go. There's a couple anyway. And you've got to ask, even if it was just one person, would they want the PR nightmare that would be to take legal action against even a single instructor and have loads of press turn up and shine a light on the way they've treated their instructors. The AA, brand image, protect it at all costs. Is it going to protect their brand image if they take someone and take them and put them in a situation where they're crucifying them? I mean, they're already crucifying them. They're asking them for a phenomenal amount of money and they can't earn a penny, not even a penny. Now, what I want to do is what little I can do to help. Now, in 2 days' time, on Wednesday, I am running a CPD module, nationally accredited CPD module in marketing for driving schools. Now, I know that so many AA and BSM instructors want to leave them, but they're frightened of leaving the comfort and security of the brand. Well, that ain't going to be worth two bob if this carries on much longer. But they're also worried about taking that leap, coming out of their comfort zone and going independent. So there's a poll on here, and I'm going to drop the poll into the chat now. And it says, do you think the AA could do more to help their driving instructors? So what do you think? Do you think they could? Right, okay. That should have dropped into the chat. If it hasn't, my apologies. Right, now there's also a link on here, okay? If you click on the link, you can book some time into my diary. Now, the first 10 people that book some time into my diary to have an absolutely free of charge, no obligation chat, I'll be happy to give you any advice I can. And that module I was telling you about, the first 10 people that contact me, I am going to give a completely free of charge place on that module. If you're worried about marketing yourself by coming away from the brand that is the AA, don't worry. There are people out there that are willing to help you, and I'm one of them. And I'll put my money where my mouth is. I don't want your money. I want to help you. Wednesday, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, nationally accredited CPD module in driving school marketing for the first 10 people that click on the link and book some space in my diary. Do it. If I could do it for more than 10 at the moment, I would, but it's just not possible. So, people, figures. What they're doing, they're deferring what they say is the part of the franchise fee that isn't related to the car. Now, let's say that this goes on until May. What you're looking at there is a deferment that is going to take you probably at 50 quid a week. If you were paying it off at 50 quid a week over and above your franchise once the lockdown's over, it's probably going to tie you up to the AA for an extra 2 years. How much is that going to earn? Are they really doing this out of the kindness of their heart, or is it a contrived strategy to stop themselves, as Simon Johnston said, hemorrhaging instructors, which is what's going to happen? I'll leave you with that thought. It's just amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Last thing I'm going to say before I go, if anybody wants to book time in my diary to have a chat with me, discuss going independent, discuss if they want to join a local franchise. I know loads of great local driving schools that will look after you and will not charge you during lockdown. You know, please contact me. If I can't help you, I'll know someone that can. And if I'm in a position to do anything practically to help you, like with this module on Wednesday, I will. All right? So book some time in my diary. Let's have a chat. completely no obligation, completely no cost. We're stronger together. I want to prove it. Anyone that's not joined Louise's group, I want to get the right name for it. Louise, please just put the name of the group up again, because I want to make sure I get the wording correct. Chris Greer, who is a top man and one of my top clients at the moment, they can take a franchise with Greer's Gears. He has managed to recruit 2 new instructors in a week after coming on the Expand Your Business course. Faisal Iqbal says, hi Faisal, great to see you supporting the industry. Oh mate, how long have we known each other? You know what we know what each other's about. Someone's got to do something. It's just wrong. It's wrong. It's like seeing a homeless person and somebody going and buying them, I don't know, some KFC and giving it to them, and then you walk up behind and nick it off of them. It's just low, man. It is low. Eric Wing says, spellbound time with Martin. Right, Louise, thank you. Right, it's called AA Instructors, and then in capital letters, The Real Forum. Because from what I've seen, this is the real deal. This is where you're going to get to hear real stories from real people, not just numbers, not instructor number 17654, right? But an instructor, a person with a family to feed, with a mortgage to pay. Come on, I'm calling you out. Sarah Rees, call me. Come and back this up. I've read what you sent out to your instructors, and all it is a series of excuses why you are going to defer. That's all it is, and it's not good enough. And that is all I've got to say about it. Thank you so much. There is so many people here taking the time to come and have a listen to an old man having a rant. Faisal Iqbal says he's only a phone call away. This guy used to be the assistant chief driving examiner, right? Anybody having trouble with their training, reach out to Faisal. I know he'll help you. Thomas Vernon, hi mate. Anybody that needs help with their business or business development, if you're frightened of leaving, if you're a disgruntled franchisee, let's put it like that, and you think you need a little bit of help or assistance to go indie or to join a local school that is going to just really help you, come on. Click that link, book some time in my diary, give me a call. If I have got the time, I will speak to you. Because let's face it, I ain't going out doing lessons anytime soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. If anyone wants to send me a friend request, a PM, I'll answer as many messages as I can tonight. Those that I can't answer tonight, I'll try and answer tomorrow or next day because I'm extremely busy. Come on, let's hold these people accountable, because believe me, you don't pay your franchise fee, they'll hold you accountable. I just want to say, because I don't want to be rude and not have said hello to anyone for joining. Louise says, don't be scared. That's right, stronger together. That's the strength. It started off with Louise and a couple of others, and now I think there's over 360 or something instructors on there. It's growing all the time. This is where your power lays, AA and BSM franchisees. It's your strength in numbers. Maria Collins says, thanks for the advice. Well, however much good it can be to you, I hope it can be a little bit of help. Craig, I understand, says I've got responsibilities. We all have, yeah. Simon Harbage, hello, mate. Faisal is willing to help. I'm willing to help. There'll be people. Simon Johnson is willing to help. Harry Cook says, thank you very much. I'll be in contact. You're more than welcome, Harry. I spoke to, I think, 3 AA/BSM instructors today, might be 4. I'm not a legal expert. I can't tell you the ins and outs of it. I can give you some advice, but you need to get your contract checked out by a legal expert. what's happening is wrong. Pure and simple. I'm not saying it's illegal. It's just wrong. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much to everyone. Good night. God bless. And I look forward to hearing from you all. Come on. Stronger together, people. Take care.